What's up, nerds? My dog is just refusing to get on her blanket. She won't even scoot over to let me have room. Everything's not on center anymore, but let's just... If you're gonna be a horse's patoot, be in my video all cute. Isn't she so pretty? Alright, this is my wrap up for books. I am so out of breath from trying to move her, like honestly. 31 through 35, and I just realized I did not take a thumbnail for the last wrap up I filmed. So like I've done in my last few wrap ups, I'm going to go from the book I liked the least to the book I liked the most, and hopefully I'll remember to tell you what challenges each book counted for, because I haven't been remembering, and it's actually quite annoying. Let's see, for this wrap up I had 2 3.5 stars, a 4-star, and 2 5 stars. So here we go. We'll start with the 3.5 star, which was Things I Should Have Known. I don't remember who it's by, but it's right here, hopefully. And she's like a heater. It's like I called a heater up onto the green couch just so she could be in my video. I love her so much. She's such a sweetie beauty. This book is about our narrator is the sister of a girl on the autism spectrum, and she decides that her sister must want a boyfriend, and she like interrogates her basically and figures out about a boy in her special needs class at school, and her sister's actually 20. She's older than her, but she's still in school. I guess that's a thing. I don't really know that much about it, so I hope I'm not being insensitive. But yeah, so she kind of sets up this thing, and the guy she ends up setting her sister up with ends up being this guy she goes to school with, brother, and things take off from there. Now, my main issue with this book is that she literally was trying to force her sister into a relationship. But the thing is she is held accountable for that. But it was still, like, just not, like, it was so frustrating for so long that I just couldn't give it higher than 3.5 stars. The romance in it is cute. Like, it's a romance I did enjoy the romance in it. It's not the forefront of the story by any means. I loved how much the main girl and boy, whose names, of course, I don't remember. Actually, I think the main guy is named David, but I cannot remember her name to save my life. Chloe? Nah, it's not Chloe. I don't remember. But I loved how much they loved their siblings. You cannot snore, we're filming. I loved how much they loved their siblings and how much they looked after for them. So that was definitely an A+. But just how frustrating she was for so long in the book. Like, yeah, 3.5 stars. Oh, this was I got this as arc on NetGalley. So I don't know when it comes out, but I'll put the date like here or here, or wherever, one of these sides of when it is released. And yeah. That counted as nothing. It didn't count towards my reading challenges whatsoever. But it is a diverse read. My next 3.5 star read was, and I'm probably the only person who's going to rate this book this low, but Six Crows by Lee Bardugo. This book is not bad. Oh, you know what? I ended up circling the 4-star. I gave it 4 stars. I was going back and forth between 3.5 stars, but I eventually decided on 4 when I realized how much I love the characters. So this is about a heist. If you don't know what this book is about, you haven't been on BookTube for very long, or watching BookTube for very long. Or maybe you're just not familiar with the YA BookTube community, because everyone has read this friggin' book. Except me. Although I'm realizing more and more that other people haven't read it either, but It's about six kids that live in the dregs or work in the dregs, and they go on this impossible heist to rescue this doctor from an impenetrable fortress, basically. And it's a very character-driven story, which I said in my last wrap-up, I really, really like character-driven stories. And, like, honestly, it took me, like, a couple days after finishing this book to realize how much I really like the characters. And, like, I literally ship every couple in this, and I hardcore ship Jesper and Wylan, so I really hope that is canon. I don't know if it is. Like, the other two relationships look like they're pretty much gonna be canon, but I really, really like Jesper and Wylan, so I'm hoping. I've got high hopes for that one. So, Jesper's gay. We don't know about Wylan yet, but it's a good story. If you like heist stories, you'll probably like it. If you like character-driven stories, you'll probably like it. But I don't have a lot else to say that hasn't already been said about this book on BookTube. So, yeah. 4 stars. This counted Pop Sugar as an espionage thriller, because I said so. And for Diversity Bingo, I counted it as Own Voices, because the main character, Kaz Brecker, walks with a cane, and he's got a handicap, and Lee Bardugo also has a handicap and walks with a cane. So, my next 4-star read was Definitions of Indefinable Things. I don't remember who wrote it, but it's right here. I'm very unprepared for this wrap-up. Like, honestly, what is wrong with me? I don't even know. Let's be honest, I'm always unprepared. Anywho, this is a book about a girl and a boy who meet, and they meet in a pharmacy picking up their depression medication. And they end up meeting again because they end up working together, and it all takes off from there. It's really funny. Like, it's a very funny book, but here's the thing. A lot of people are not going to like this book because of how it deals with depression. It takes a comedic, look at it. And not even a comedic look at it. The main character and narrator is very sarcastic and very self-deprecating, and jokes about a lot of things that a lot of people are probably not going to like, and they're not going to appreciate it. And I can see why, but I have depression. I have, what did I get officially diagnosed with? I think I got officially diagnosed with major depressive disorder. I'm not on medication anymore, but I still have my bouts with it, and that's how I deal with it. I am very self-deprecating, very sarcastic. I put myself down a lot, and and she's very, I hate the world, and I'm like that. So I just really connected with the main character. But I can see where a lot of people are going to find this uber triggering and are not going to like it at all and are probably going to slam it. So, as someone who suffers from depression, I can see where that's going to happen, but I also see how it can, help others. So, I hope that the author of this book does not get attacked, as sometimes that happens from the book community. But yeah. I did not like the romance in this book, which is why I dropped it a star. It's a very problematic romance. And as much as I do like each character individually, Snake is the man. Why can I never remember the girl's name? You know, maybe it's because they're the narrator, so they just don't say their name as much. You think that's what it is? I'm going with it. But, yeah. I liked them individually. I did not really like them together. I think that their relationship was really twisted. But there's another, probably the third main character was Carla. I think that's her name. I loved her. She was awesome. So yeah, I would recommend it if you are the kind of person who appreciates sarcastic, self-deprecating humor, dark humor, twisted humor about mental illness and stuff like that. But if you are easily triggered by stuff like that, maybe skip this one. But yeah, I gave it 4 stars, and it didn't count towards any of my challenges, but it is a diverse book because it deals with mental illness, and there's a few characters of, I actually think Snake might be a different race. Can't remember for sure, but he does have lesbian parents. So it deals with mental illness and that. So yeah. My first 5-star read is The Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass by Frederick Douglass. I picked this up for 2 reasons. One, it's Black History Month. 2, I've heard that Frederick Douglass guy, I'm hearing about him more and more, you know. I just wanted to see what he was up to these days, you know. This is basically him giving a quick, like, it's a very short book. It's like a quick rundown of what all his masters and how he got to be free, but it wasn't, he didn't give details because he didn't want to get anyone in trouble, because this was published before, what amendment number is it? The abolishment of slavery. I can't remember what amendment number was, but it was published before that happened. So he didn't want to get anyone in trouble who had helped him. And yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it. I listened to it on audiobook. I don't remember which narrator I used. There's a few different ones on Audible, but I will put which narrator I had somewhere. But he was a good narrator. I enjoyed it. And it's honestly just heart-wrenching to hear what they had to deal with. And he didn't even go into that much detail. He's got more autobiographies, and I might pick up the next one and see if I can handle it, because it can be, like, I mean, like, I think it's important to know what went down, but honestly, it can be a lot. So you have to look out for yourself if you are going to read it, because if you are triggered easily, you're not going to want to read about whippings and stuff like that. So yeah, look out for yourself. But he's a really good guy, and you know, I've just been hearing more and more about him lately. So yeah, this counted for 3 out of 4 of my challenges. For Pop Sugar, it was a book written by someone I admire. For Diversity Bingo, I counted it as my diverse nonfiction book. And then for Read Harder, I counted it as a classic by an author of color. Finally, my last 5-star book is a poetry book called Stuff I've Been Feeling Lately by Alicia Cook. You can see my tabby tabs. I posted a review of this on Goodreads because she's about to come out with an edition that has, I think, 84 more poems in it. And it was on NetGalley, so I got it, and I read the 84 more poems, and then I finally posted a review on Goodreads for it. And it's some more likes on that review than any other review I've ever posted, ever. But anywho, this book, like, really reminded me that I like poetry. After spam poetry, I was like, maybe I don't like poetry. I don't remember, because it was so awful. But this one is so readable. If you think that you just don't get poetry, this is definitely, you still like, you're like, man, I wish I could get poetry. Get this one, because they're very readable. It's not like hard to understand. It's not like you're trying to figure out what the meaning is. And the really cool thing about this poetry book is that she puts a song at the end of every poem that she was listening to when she wrote that poem. And like, for most of it, I was listening to the song. So, like, the pink tabs are songs that I really liked, and then the blue tabs are the poems I really liked. But I ended up stopping listening to the songs a little over halfway through, because I just wanted to finish the book, and I didn't like a lot of the songs, because there's a lot of rap and a lot of alternative, and I'm just a country girl. I've said that on my channel before. I like country. There is a lot of country in here, too, though. Like, there's a good mix of genres. But, yeah, I skipped every Kanye song, and I skipped Beyonce, and then I just started skipping all rap songs, and then I just stopped listening to them. But there's so many good poems in here. I just think that anyone can find one that they'll relate to, and it's just a really cool idea. Oh, and the back half, is remixes, and that she takes her own poetry and does blackout poetry with it, and assigns a new song to it. And it's just a really, really awesome book. And I got this because of Katie. On Katie's book date, she posted about it, and I really liked the cover. And then when she showed the blackout part, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go buy this, and I bought it right away. So yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. I really, 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 really love this, and I can't wait to get the new edition, because I already read it, and I bookmarked so many more poems. And yeah, I just really, really loved it. And this counted towards nothing on my reading challenge. So yay me. That's it for me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please follow me on Instagram. Be my friend on Goodreads. You can follow me on Twitter too if you want to. I don't really go on there, but it's below. And tell me if you read any of those books, what you thought of them. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Do you want to say goodbye, Dixie? That's where she's at. That's what's happening with Dixie.